You guys do pay attention. All right. 5-1. Forms are given in the working papers. Your instructor, that's me, will guide you through the following example. Carla Roseman owns services called Roseman Services, which uses these accounts, and they're listed. Prepare a chart of accounts. Arrange expense accounts in alphabetical order. Use 3-digit account numbers and number the accounts with the division by tens. So, Roseman Services, we're doing a chart of account. Roseman Services, and what are we creating? I just said it. Chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. On this side, we're going to put our balance sheet accounts. Balance sheet accounts are assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So if we look, we have assets. Oh, there's only one T in assets. Sorry. Assets. And those are going to be labeled numbered 100. The first one is, what's the biggest, what's the asset you use the most probably? Cash. These go in a specific order. Yes. And then 120 is accounts receivable. Accounts receivable, Amber Jorgensen. Amber Jorgensen. 130, see they go up by tens, is accounts receivable. Tyler Cobb. And then 140 is supplies. I'll get done with assets. You guys just keep up. Supplies. And then 150, what's the only asset that's left? Prepaid insurance. All right. Let me know when you're caught up with the assets. What if I zoom in a little bit? Does that help?
No. I'm blind.
Sit toward the front of the room then. That could be too. So we got cash, accounts receivable, supplies, and prepaid insurance. These accounts came from right in here, and you just have to pick out the ones. You just have to know it. You put cash first, then accounts receivable, then supplies, then prepaid insurance. They go in that order, because if you don't put them in that order, their numbers are going to be different. And that's the point of preparing a chart of account, is to assign the accounts numbers. All right, the next step is what? Assets. 200s are liabilities.
I have a question. Does it matter which accounts receivable you put first?
Yes, you want to put them in alphabetical order. A for Amber, T for Tyler is how you want to do it. That's a good question. All right, the same thing with liabilities are accounts payable. Accounts payable is, those go in alphabetical order as well. So 210, accounts payable, is Campbell Office Supplies. Good. Campbell Office Supplies, and leaving the other one, accounts payable. Is this Journey?
Yes.
Camera Supplies. I heard Journey yesterday at home too. And then those are the only liabilities. The last one is what? What's the last? Owner's equity. So what number do you suppose that is? 300. And we have 2 owner's equity accounts. Capital and drawing. Clara Roseman. Capital. And Clara Roseman drawing. What do you suppose these numbers are?
I don't know the date.
What are the actual numbers you suppose? Well, let's look. We did assets are 100, 110, 120. Okay,
320.
there you go.
Oh, I thought you were asking me to do
Yep, those are the accounts numbers. We'll get to that. All right, on the other side of the chart of accounts are the income statement accounts.
Oh, I don't have nothing.
Okay, so on these income statement accounts, what two things make up an income statement? If you want to know how much money you made, you need to know what two things? What your expenses, and what's the opposite of an expense?
Revenue.
Revenue, very good. So we'll start with revenue as we'll call this 400, just in the spirit of numeric chronological ordering. Revenue. So what's our revenue account? Anybody know? Think about what you've. How do you make money? Sales. Very good. Sales. That's the only one. What number you suppose that is?
410.
There you go. You guys, don't worry about what everybody says about you. You guys are smart. All right. And the opposite of revenue is expenses. What numbers are expenses? 500. All right. Now comes the tricky part. It says in there to list your expenses in alphabetic order. So the first one is
Automobile.
automobile. Then insurance expense. And then miscellaneous expense. And the last one?
What's the one?
Rent.
Automobile, insurance, miscellaneous,
Rent.
rent expense. I like the enthusiasm. Okay, so what numbers do we use? 510, 530, 540. All right, now it says we're going to two new accounts. The gasoline expense and utilities expense need to be added. So we need to assign numbers. So we're going to have new accounts right here. New accounts. Yes, number 4. New accounts. So we're going to have the account number and the account title. So what are the two accounts we need to use? Gasoline expense and utilities expense. Okay, what numbers should we give them? Gasoline expense would go where? To keep this in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So it would go between the A and the I, right? Because we have to do it in alphabetical order. Gasoline starts with the G, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So it would go in here. So what number would we put between 515? Utilities expense would be 550. All right, yeah, you're on fire. I thought you said you didn't like school. All right.
This is actually what I'm interested in.
Oh, good. Using the account from the working papers, we're going to open cash. Pay attention, this is tricky. This is a general ledger. We're going to open cash. So we have cash. What's the account number for cash? 110. Cash is now open. That is it.
We're done. Alright, that was it? I'll do this tomorrow. That was so easy.
So we don't